Shannon, how concerned should the Cardinals be about their offense?
They should be very concerned. I don't care if you run 6 plays or you run 600 plays. If you can't block, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. You see, Skip, so what? Kliff Kingsbury says we're not running a whole lot of plays, and he says, we on a limited basis. So is blocking on a limited basis? Is that what you do? He said, look here, guys, we're not going to show you anything, so offensive lineman, don't you show them that you can block. Is that what you're telling me, Skip Bayless? I don't think so. And I tried to tell you, Skip Bayless, I tried to warn you, I tried to save you from yourself, because that's what teammates, that's what good friends do. We save each other.
Good friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, Skip, what you don't understand is that he's leaving a situation where he had the best offensive line in football, and he's embarking upon a situation where he's going to the worst offensive line in football. Now, that offensive line is so bad. Now, I don't know if Josh Rosen can play or not, but the line was so bad that they went back into the draft after taking a quarterback with a top 10 pick. Yeah. They got another one with the first overall pick. But if this offensive line doesn't play any better than what it's played over the last couple of years, they'll be back in the draft again looking for a quarterback because they're going to get this one hurt. Now, what you see, Skip Bayless, because he is smallish and he is willing to give himself up without a whole lot of fight, you see him go down quite easily. And the blueprint is out there. They're going to heat him up, Skip Bayless. You know that, I know that, because you want...
They're going to try.
Even young quarterbacks, you want to speed their process up.
Absolutely.
We don't want you to sit back there patting the football. We're going to speed you up. And even when we don't, we're going to make you think we're speeding you up because we want you to see ghosts. The problem that they have, Skip, I don't know if it's schematically, I don't know if this scheme that Kliff Kingsbury brought to the NFL, I don't know if it'll work or not. I don't care if you run 4 wides, 5 wides, I don't care if you run the veer. If you can't block, you can't win. And that is their problem. I don't know how good Kyler Murray is going to be, because I know this, he's not going to complete very many passes on his back, and he won't last very long if that offensive line doesn't play any better than what it played last Monday night against the Raiders. You know that, and I know that.
All I know is I stand by what I have said about Kyler Murray from the start, which was early last year at the University of Oklahoma. He is an extraordinary talent and clutch performer. I have rarely seen such poise in a quarterback on the college football level, because he stepped onto the field right into the shoes of the reigning Heisman winner who had just been the #1 overall pick in the draft, Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
And he took it up a level.
You did?
Jenny witnessed it.
Oh, yeah.
He was not afraid. And when he says, I feel no pressure, he's been in the spotlight his whole career. He's been, as Kliff Kingsbury says, he's been small his whole career. This is not new for him. Obviously, little legs. But he has been extraordinary in baseball and football to the point that he was obviously a high draft pick by Billy Beane in the Oakland A's. And yet he chose football, and he made the right decision, and it will turn out to be the right decision. And I am going to discount what I saw a week ago tonight at Arizona.
Why?
Because I saw Hard Knocks this past Tuesday night, and I got to hear John Gruden's rah-rah speech before Game 2 of the preseason, in which he's trying to light a bonfire under his football team by showing Kyler's highlights from OU last year.
Come and get it.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see it?
That's that gravy train.
He is raving about he has never seen a dual threat. Never, ever seen, says John Gruden, never seen a dual threat like this kid. And then he shows the flick of the wrist pass that he threw against St. Nick's team. Remember this? The national semifinal?
Yeah, I remember.
John Gruden says, I'm just paraphrasing, he says, have you ever seen a quarterback wrist flick a ball 60 yards right on the dot in the back of the end zone for a touchdown? He said, you better be ready, because he can hurt you. And we got to, I'm quoting John here, we got to get after his ass. Am I right?
Yeah.
So he instructed Paul Gunther to do something that was
Heat him up.
borderline unsportsmanlike.
No, this football.
It's breaking the gentleman's agreement of Game 2. This is preseason Game 2.
If you're a gentleman, play tennis.
Okay.
Play golf. We ain't no gentleman stuff going on in football, Skip Bailey. You know that.
Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe would say, hell with gentlemen, right? But the point is, Paul Gunther comes out and just blitzes the hell out of this kid. Like, from first snap on, they are sending the house, to the point that Kyler did walk over to Antonio after the game and said, hey, man, why you bring the house on me?
Cause
cook or bring the house.
You remember the old commercial with the gravy train, the dog food, and they ring the bell and come and get it.
Yeah.
That's what John Gruden was doing.
Okay.
He was ringing that bell.
Boy,
come and get it.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, come
John.
get it.
I'm impressed.
Okay, how about this?
Ugh.
Skip, you could say, you know what? In the preseason, we don't want to show you anything. We're going to be really vanilla. We're going to be vanilla in our formations. We're going to be vanilla in our routes.
Yep.
When have you ever been vanilla in your blocking scheme?
Okay. What did I tell you the other day? This was vanilla versus chocolate thunder.
Yeah.
They were bringing thunder on.
That's why I had a big old
Little
fondue
Island,
fountain going.
right? And I will agree with you on one thing and one thing only. This is a bad football team around Kyler Murray. And I saw it on full display because Oakland's, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Arizona is really bad.
It's terrible.
And it's getting worse because I had such high hopes for Kevin White. I don't know if you know Kevin White from West Virginia.
Yeah.
In college football, I would watch him just bully other teams.
Yep.
He would just go up and just snatch it from people. And he gets drafted high by Chicago.
Like
and
7, I think, 7 or 9.
Hurt. I thought that was actually too low for him. But he got hurt, and then he got hurt the next year. And he winds up in Arizona and pulls his hamstring. And finally, even Kliff Kingsbury, who's close to Dana Holgerson, who coached him at West Virginia, and I'm sure they had high hopes like, God, we got something here. We got diamond in the rough. And finally, they cut bait and signed a guy I'm not that high on in Michael Crabtree. I've never been a big fan of his. He played at Texas Tech pre-Kliff Kingsbury. He didn't play for Kliff. But the point is, so now it's Michael Crabtree and...
He might be good, Skip, because they ain't got no... I don't know. That ain't going to be good, because you know who Talib played for the Rams.
Okay.
Debo going to snatch that chain. You know, Crabtree coming out there.
And
that ain't
as
going to
much
be good.
as I love and admire Larry Fitz, but he's getting up there.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, what are we up to?
Year 16, I think.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And then I like Christian Kirk, but is it enough? And I like Trent Sherfield from Vanderbilt University, but is it enough? And I loved Hakeem Butler that they drafted in the 4th round. They stole him from Iowa State. I don't know if you got to see him.
A little bit, yeah, I did.
6'6", 225, and he just broke his hand and might be gone for the season. So all of a sudden, poor little Kyler is way up against it. That offense was statistically the worst in the last 40 years in the National Football League.
Yes.
Is it that much better now?
No, Skip. Think about this here. Okay, you draft Kyler Murray with the #1 overall pick. The problem that you have last year, you can say it was quarterback, but they couldn't protect him. So what do? They get more wide receivers. Now, if you're playing 7-on-7 and you got nobody that's going to rush Kyler Murray and he's just going to throw the ball around, that's perfect. But you draft quarterback, wide receiver. You don't get offensive linemen until round 6 and round 7. And you expect to be good?
Yep. Okay. So I will give you this much. I trust Kyler a lot more than I trust Kliff Kingsbury.
Okay.
Because Kyler can play. I don't know if Kliff, who got fired at Texas Tech after going 35-40, I'm not sure his stuff will work at this level. I think it will. Because it really worked on the offensive side at Texas Tech, and you know it was a pipeline of quarterbacks to pro football.
But also,
Patrick Mahomes.
Skip, you're talking about how John Gruden was whipping his guys up in a frenzy to get ready to play this game. But don't you think for 1 second that John Gruden wasn't looking across that field and say, this young guy think he can come in here with that bull jive system and show me up?
He was thinking that. I would agree.
Because look at how
it wasn't about Kyler, it was about Kliff.
And And Kliff
because remember, for a while it looked like John was thinking about drafting Kyler. Right?
Yes.
He worked him out.
And that's the thing, Skip. Kliff Kingsbury is going to face a lot of that. Yes, defensive guys are going to get after Kyler Murray, but head coaches are looking like, hold on, this guy he couldn't even win at college. And he gets one of the most prestigious jobs in the NFL based off what?
Like, you're not the biggest Gruden fan, but he did win a Super Bowl.
He did win a Super Bowl. Yeah. He's like, hold on, this guy had Pat Mahomes, and he won what with my homeboy?
He had Baker Mayfield. He had Davis Webb.
Yes. So don't think his ego's all around. Yes, defensive coordinators do not want Kyler Murray to show them up, but head coaches does not want Kliff Kingsbury to outcoach them either.
Okay. I will bet you that even though their schedule is brutally difficult, that slowly but surely Kyler will figure out how to make some plays in this league. And by midseason, you will be sitting over there on Monday saying, you know what?
They ain't winning 5 games.
It looked pretty good yesterday.
They will not win 5.
Well, that's really bold of you.
What?
Wow.
They had the first pick in the draft last year.
Well, but hold on. He had generational talent. Generational talent, turn it around just like that.
They got a shot to win 5.
No, they asked me yesterday.
That would be the peak 5.
I was at CVS. They asked me, said, you want a flu shot? I said, I ain't got no shot. That's the only shot they got, flu shots.
Really?
They got no shots at 5. Skip, you saw that offensive line.
I took one flu shot in my life and immediately got
Sick, exactly. Oh, no.
I did.
I haven't done one in a while either.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.